Chosen one, breathe for a moment and open your spirit, because you did not arrive here by scrolling or curiosity. You were guided, you were summoned. Heaven has orchestrated this exact second, so you could hear what your heart has been prepared to receive. You are not here by chance. You are here by divine appointment, aligned with perfect spiritual timing. Something in the unseen has shifted, and your spirit can already feel it. Chosen one, you are standing at the edge of a supernatural breakthrough, a divine wealth transfer, a moment where heaven is rearranging your path with precision and purpose. Chosen one, the alignment unfolding in your life is not random. God is moving pieces behind the veil, positioning you for a blessing that will not only touch your finances, but touch your future, your direction, your relationships, even the very rhythm of your destiny. As it is written in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, the vision awaits an appointed time, and that appointed time is now. The reason this message found you is because heaven is whispering, prepare yourself. A divine alignment is approaching, and what is coming toward you carries restoration, provision, and purpose. Open your heart. The revelation is beginning. Chosen one, lean in for a moment, because what you are feeling right now is not imagination. It is not accident. It is alignment. When heaven begins to move in your life, the first sign is not always an open door. Sometimes it is a stirring in your spirit, an unexplainable sense that something is shifting beneath the surface, and that is where you are right now. You are standing on the edge of a divine intersection, a place where timing, purpose, and destiny meet. What follows is not just teaching, it is transmission, it is impartation. It is the kind of revelation that reaches into the places of your spirit. You have tried to silence the places you have whispered questions into at night, the places that ache for answers only God can give. Chosen one, heaven is not merely observing your life. Heaven is intervening in it. This alignment with someone younger is not randomness, fantasy, or misplaced desire. It is evidence that God is rearranging things around you because He is rearranging things within you. And I want you to hear me with your whole heart. The alignment you are stepping into is not just romantic, it is prophetic. It is tied to your next elevation, your next season of provision, your next wave of abundance. You are not being sent a partner to fill a void. You are being positioned beside someone who activates the next dimension of who you were always meant to become. Anointed one, I know what it feels like to question timing. I know what it feels like to look at your life and wonder why certain things came late, why some blessings required tears, why some prayers seemed buried in silence. I remember walking through my own season of confusion, asking God why the people I expected to stay were the first to leave, why the ones I trusted could not carry the weight of my heart. And in that wilderness season, God whispered the same thing He is whispering to you. Now I am not delaying you, I am preparing you. Only later did I realize that preparation feels like loss until alignment arrives. Chosen one, you have been prepared, you have been stretched, refined, tested, humbled, and elevated. You have grown through seasons most people would have collapsed under, and it is precisely because of that preparation that God can now trust you with a supernatural connection, one that carries healing, purpose, and legacy. The younger soul being aligned with you is not coming with immaturity. They are coming with purity, with openness, with a heart that has been shaped through its own storms. Their youth is not a weakness. It is a vessel. It gives God space to pour fresh oil, fresh joy, and fresh perspective into your life. And I want you to hear this clearly. The timing is divine. Heaven is using this alignment to position you for more than companionship. You are being aligned for expansion, for increase, for a supernatural transfer that touches not only your heart, but your finances, your faith, your vision, and your future. The same God who said in Isaiah chapter 40, verse 28, that he never grows weary, that same God is renewing your strength through this connection. He is reminding you that your story is not behind schedule. It is right on time. Chosen one, what is approaching is not chaos. It is clarity. It is not confusion. It is confirmation. And as this alignment begins to unfold, your spirit will recognize it before your mind understands it. That is how divine things work. Your heart knows truth long before your logic catches up, chosen one. As we continue, I need you to open your spirit even wider, because what I am about to reveal will speak directly into the places you have tried to make quiet. This younger partner heaven is aligning you with is not simply a relationship. It is a divine strategy. God is not just sending you love, he is sending you alignment, restoration, and renewal wrapped in a human soul. You have carried wisdom shaped by storms, grace shaped by wounds, and strength shaped by seasons of being overlooked. And heaven knows that what you carry cannot be matched by someone who lives only on the surface. This younger soul is not coming to drain you. They are coming to draw from you and pour back into you in ways you didn't know were possible. Chosen one, let me speak as someone who has walked through divine timing that made no sense until much later. There were seasons when I prayed for companionship, but heaven answered with refinement. Times when I wanted connection, but God gave me separation. I thought I was being denied, but I was actually being prepared. And the moment the right person appeared, everything in my spirit said, this is why you had to wait. What felt like delay was actually divine engineering. And that is what God is doing with you. You see, heaven is not matching you based on age. Heaven is matching you based on assignment. It is not about how many years you have lived. It is about how much spiritual capacity you carry. And the one being aligned with you has been prepared with precision. They have prayed prayers you didn't hear, cried tears you didn't witness, and asked God to send someone who understands the language of their soul, not just the desires of their body. They long for truth. They long for stability. They long for the kind of love that feels like peace, the kind you carry. Chosen one, the world might not understand this alignment, but the world didn't write your destiny. God did, and God does not operate by cultural timelines, human expectations, or social logic. When heaven chooses someone for you, it is because their presence unlocks something in you, and your presence awakens something in them. That is why this connection feels different. It feels deeper. It feels like something ancient and new at the same time. It feels like prophecy meeting fulfillment. And yes, there will be a financial shift connected to this alignment, not because of who they are, but because of who you become together. Heaven promotes partnerships that serve purpose. When God aligns two souls for destiny, he funds the mission attached to that union. You will notice ideas flowing more freely, clarity coming more quickly, opportunities appearing more suddenly. This is not coincidence. This is divine rhythm. I need you to hear this with reverence. The love coming toward you is not to distract you. It is to position you. It is designed to strengthen your foundation, increase your capacity, sharpen your vision, and pull you into a season where you no longer walk alone into your calling. Heaven pairs purpose with purpose. Heaven aligns assignment with assignment, and this younger partner carries something you once buried, a purity, a courage, a softness you lost while surviving. Chosen one, this connection will not shrink you, it will stretch you. It will not weaken you. It will water you. It will not confuse you. It will confirm you. And the reason your spirit feels both anticipation and quiet fear is because your heart recognizes what your mind is still processing. This is divine chosen one. As we move into this next revelation, I want you to allow your heart to slow down and truly receive, because this is the part where heaven begins to explain why your spirit has been stirring, why certain memories have resurfaced, and why you have been feeling a quiet pull towards something you couldn't name. This is not imagination. This is preparation. This is the Spirit aligning every detail of your life for a connection that carries purpose, healing, and supernatural timing. Chosen one, you have walked through seasons where you questioned your worth, seasons where people mishandled your loyalty, minimized your depth, or took your presence for granted, seasons where it seemed like every open door led to disappointment, every vulnerability led to betrayal. And yet you stayed soft, you stayed faithful, you continued to believe in love, even when love didn't believe in you. That resilience is not accidental. It is the very reason heaven can now trust you with something sacred. The younger partner being aligned with you is not coming to take advantage of your kindness. They are coming because they value it. They recognize in you something the world rarely carries anymore: the ability to love with both strength and tenderness. They carry a spirit that is drawn to authenticity, to truth, to emotional and spiritual integrity, and your presence will feel like safety to them. Not because you are perfect, but because you are real. And hear me clearly, this alignment is not about filling your loneliness. It is about fulfilling your purpose. Everything about their spirit complements yours. Where they are bright, you are steady. Where they are hopeful, you are wise. Where they bring fresh perspective, you bring foundation. Heaven is weaving together a partnership that multiplies, not drains, expands, not constricts. Chosen one, I know you worry sometimes about whether your past will interfere with what God is bringing. But your past did not disqualify you. It refined you. It taught you discernment, boundaries, and spiritual authority. And this younger soul will not be threatened by where you have been. They will be grateful for it, because your journey becomes the anchor that steadies their calling. You will feel something in their presence that you haven't felt in a long time: ease, not the kind of ease that comes from comfort, but the kind that comes from clarity, the kind of ease that whispers, I don't have to pretend here. The kind that makes your shoulders drop, your breath deepen, your heart soften. Chosen one, this connection will ask you to let go of the old narrative, the one that told you love must be difficult, painful, or delayed. This younger partner is not coming with confusion. They are coming with intention. They will not play with your emotions. They will not send mixed signals. They will not drain your spirit. They will approach you with a reverence born from their own healing journey. And yes, this alignment will shake loose some old fears, the fear of vulnerability, the fear of being hurt again, the fear of opening your heart after it took so long to mend. But remember, this fear is not a prophecy. It is a sign that your heart is waking up. Chosen one, the love that is coming is not fragile. It is fortified by destiny. It is protected by timing. It is covered by divine orchestration. And your spirit already knows it is coming because your soul has been preparing to recognize it. Chosen one, as we continue, I want you to sit with this truth. Heaven is not bringing you into a connection that drains you, distracts you, or derails you. Heaven is aligning you with someone who will elevate you, someone who will hold your heart without shaking it, someone who will see your depth without fearing it, someone who will stand beside you without competing with you. This season of your life is not about repeating old patterns. It is about stepping into a divine partnership that reflects who you have become, not who you used to be. Chosen one, I need you to hear this with clarity. You have outgrown connections that were rooted in survival. You have outgrown partnerships built on dependency, insecurity, or convenience. You have outgrown people who were drawn to your light but never honored your soul. And when heaven sees you have outgrown what once kept you small, heaven introduces you to someone who can hold the fullness of who you are becoming. That is why the younger soul being aligned with you carries a different spirit. They carry openness, humility, and reverence. They do not worship your wounds. They honor your wisdom. This alignment is not simply relational, it is restorative. You have spent years pouring into others, giving beyond your strength, loving beyond your limits. You have healed others while hiding your own pain. You have been the anchor for people who never learned how to hold you, but this time chosen one. God is sending someone who brings peace where you have carried precious softness, where you have carried scars and joy, where you have carried silence. Their presence will not demand from you, it will refresh you and let me speak to something your heart has been carrying quietly, the fear that you will repeat old patterns, or that you will end up in another cycle of giving more than you receive. Chosen one, that fear is not prophecy, it is residue from seasons where you are unequally yoked, misunderstood, or taken for granted. But heaven is cleansing that residue. The connection coming toward you has been filtered through divine timing, divine protection, and divine intention. This person is not coming to take, they are coming to build. They are not coming with demands, they are coming with honor. I know what it feels like to worry that your softness will be mishandled. I have walked that path too. There was a season where I kept my heart guarded so tightly I forgot what it felt like to be seen without performing. I forgot what it felt like to be chosen without conditions. But when God aligns the right soul, something shifts. Peace replaces panic, clarity replaces confusion, rest replaces fear. Your heart remembers its own strength. And that is what this younger partner will awaken in you. Not immaturity, but innocence. Not naivety, but renewal, the ability to laugh again, dream again, trust again, the ability to feel young in spirit, even if life has aged your heart in certain places. This connection is God's way of watering what the world tried to dry out in you. It is God's way of saying you are not done, you are not too late, your heart still has chapters left to write. Chosen one, you are stepping into a season where your love life becomes a reflection of heaven's kindness, a season where you are not just loved, you are seen, known, and honored. A season where partnership becomes a place of prophecy, not pain. And as this alignment approaches, your spirit will feel lighter, not heavier. You will feel anticipation, not anxiety. That is how you will know heaven is involved. Chosen one, as we move deeper into this revelation, I want you to hear this with the clarity of someone who has walked through their own valleys and breakthroughs. Heaven is not aligning you with a younger partner to complicate your life, but to complete a divine cycle that has been unfolding quietly for years. This is not about replacing what you lost, nor is it about correcting what went wrong. This is about stepping into what was always meant to find you once you became strong enough, healed enough, and whole enough to receive it. Chosen one, you have carried burdens that were never yours to carry alone. You have survived seasons that would have crushed others. You have held your own heart together when no one else had the capacity to hold it for you. And because of that, you have gained something rare, a depth of compassion, a spiritual maturity, a quiet resilience that cannot be manufactured. The younger soul being aligned with you has been prepared by heaven to meet that depth with reverence, not fear. They are not coming into your life as someone who needs you to save them. They are coming as someone who recognizes the sacredness of who you are. And let me tell you something many will never understand. Age does not determine spiritual capacity. Oil does. Calling does. Destiny does. You have walked through fire, yes, but they have walked through storms of their own, and where their spirit is tender. Yours is wise where your spirit is steady. Theirs is alive. Heaven is weaving together together what the world would not dare to match on its own. That is how divine pairings work. They don't fit by human logic. They fit by spiritual symmetry. Chosen one, this younger partner, brings something that your soul has. Secretly been craving lightness, not immaturity, but ease, not recklessness. But joy. They carry a frequency that lifts the heaviness life placed on your shoulders. They bring laughter back into rooms where silence once echoed. They bring softness back into a heart that learned to be strong because it had no other choice. Their presence will remind you that strength and tenderness were always meant to coexist. And here is the part many overlook this. Alignment is not only emotional or spiritual, it is protective. Heaven is placing someone at your side who sees what others ignored, who hears what others dismissed, who values what others overlooked, someone who recognizes the cost of your wisdom, not just the beauty of it, someone who understands that your strength is not hardness, but healed softness, someone who knows how to treat a soul that has carried kingdoms in silence. Chosen one, I have learned through my own journey that when God aligns you with the right soul, it feels like peace before it feels like passion. It feels like clarity before it feels like chemistry. It feels like safety before it feels like excitement. That is how you will know this connection is from heaven. Your nervous system will calm your mind, will quiet your heart, will not race with confusion, but rest with recognition that stillness you feel in there. Presence, that is God saying, this is safe, this is mine. And yes, this divine alignment will also shift your path financially. When heaven assigns a partnership, heaven funds the destiny attached to it. Opportunities will increase. Your creativity will rise, new doors will open because you will no longer be carrying everything alone. The right partner multiplies what God placed in you. They don't drain it. Chosen one, this is not the kind of love you chase. This is the kind that arrives as confirmation. This is the kind that feels like prophecy fulfilled. This is the kind that reminds you that God did not forget you. He was preparing you, chosen one. As we continue, I want you to breathe deeply and allow this truth to settle into the very center of your spirit. You are stepping into a season where God is not only aligning you with a younger partner, but aligning you with a version of yourself you have not seen in years. This is bigger than companionship. This is bigger than romance. This is about becoming the person heaven always intended you to be. Restored, renewed, expanded, and finally free. Chosen one, for so long you have lived in survival mode. You have been strong because you had no choice. You have been wise because life demanded it. You have been guarded because people mishandled the softest parts of you. But this new alignment is not calling you to survive. It is calling you to live, to breathe, without fear, to love, without shrinking, to walk, without carrying the weight of your past on your back. And this younger partner will play a sacred role in that transformation. Not because they are perfect, but because they carry a purity that balances your depth. They carry a softness that speaks to the places in you that hardened out of necessity. Their presence awakens a part of you that the world convinced you to hide, the part of you that still believes, still hopes, still dreams. Chosen one, let me speak to you from lived experience. There was a time when I believed certain blessings were no longer meant for me. I told myself I was too late, too tired, too changed by life. I convinced myself that the kind of love I longed for was something only younger hearts got to feel. But then God sent someone who didn't fit my logic, someone who made no sense on paper but made perfect sense in spirit. And suddenly the years I thought disqualified me became the very reason the connection worked. My depth became foundation, their freshness became wind, my wisdom became anchor, their joy became lifting together. We became balance. That is what is coming to you, chosen one. I need you to hear this. God is aligning you with someone who sees beyond your years, straight into your essence, someone who recognizes your heart, not your history, someone who values your wisdom, not your wounds, someone who sees your strength, but also sees the tenderness you have been protecting under layers of self-preservation. This connection is not meant to revive only your heart. It is meant to revive your destiny with the right person beside you. Ideas will start flowing again. Creativity will return opportunities. Will emerge. You will notice that life feels lighter, conversations feel easier, and hope feels natural instead of forced. That is because this alignment is not based on human attraction. It is based on heavenly assignment. Chosen one. Heaven is not trying to give you a replacement for what you lost. Heaven is giving you a reward for what you survived. You are stepping into a season where the love you receive will match the love you give, where you no longer pour into someone who cannot pour back, where you no longer shrink to make someone else comfortable, where you no longer choose familiarity over fulfillment. And hear me clearly, this younger partner will not fear your strength. They will cherish it. They will not be intimidated by your experience. They will learn from it. They will not misunderstand your depth. They will feel safe in it. Their reverence will be genuine, not performative. Their presence will feel like peace, not pressure. This is not a fantasy. This is divine orchestration. Chosen one, as we move into this next layer of revelation, I want you to understand something profoundly important. Heaven is not aligning you with this younger partner to remind you of your past, but to usher you into your becoming. This connection is a marker of transition, a sign that your wilderness season has ended and your season of renewal, joy, and restoration has begun. This alignment is God's way of saying you have carried enough now. Let someone carry you. To chosen one, you have spent so much of your life being the strong one, the one who holds everything together, the one who gives without asking, the one who stands firm when everyone else breaks. But God never intended for you to spend your life giving strength without receiving softness, and this younger partner is carrying a softness you didn't even know you were allowed to experience. A softness that will not weaken you, but heal you. A softness that does not take away from your strength, but brings out the version of you that has been waiting beneath the armor. And listen closely, this connection will remind you that you were never too much. You were simply too deep for shallow hearts, too seasoned for immature souls, too anointed for people who did not have the capacity to hold your calling. Heaven has spent years pruning people who were unworthy, removing relationships that were too small, clearing out connections that were draining your spiritual capacity. So understand this, the younger soul coming toward you is not just anyone, they are someone. Heaven preserved, protected, and positioned to meet you at the exact right moment. Chosen one, I have walked through seasons where I kept asking God, why did you take this person away? Why did you close that door? And only later did I realize that God wasn't taking things from me. He was clearing space for me, clearing space for the kind of love that doesn't break you, the kind of connection that doesn't confuse you, the kind of alignment that doesn't ask you to choose between your heart and your calling. This younger partner will not be threatened by your purpose. They will be drawn to it. They will not run from your depth. They will respect it. They will not misunderstand your silence. They will understand the language of your spirit without needing long explanations. They carry an emotional intelligence that is not tied to age but to experience, and their experiences have shaped them too. Recognize someone like you when God places you in their path. Chosen one, your presence will not overwhelm them. It will steady them, and their presence will not shrink you. It will soften you. And let me speak this prophetically. The moment you meet them, something inside you will exhale, not because you are leaning on them, but because your spirit recognizes, I don't have to fight here. I don't have to perform here. I can breathe here. That is how divine alignment works. It brings ease, not effort. It brings clarity, not chaos. It brings confirmation, not confusion. There will be moments when they listen to you speak, and their eyes soften with a kind of reverence you haven't seen in a long time. Moments when they look at you like they are seeing something holy, because in truth they are seeing the anointing you have carried through fire. They are seeing the strength that held you through storms. They are seeing the depth you earn through broken seasons and midnight prayers. They will not idolize you, but they will honor you, and that honor will feel like healing. Chosen one, you are not stepping into a love story. You are stepping into destiny. What is coming next will restore what life tried to. Chosen one, as we enter this final movement of the message, I want you to open your spirit gently, because what is coming now is the clearest confirmation of why heaven has been preparing you so intentionally. This younger partner is not a coincidence. They are not a distraction. They are not a replacement for anything you lost. They are a fulfillment, the manifestation of a promise that has been maturing quietly in the background of your life. Chosen one, heaven is aligning you with someone whose soul recognizes yours on a level deeper than logic. While the world sees age, heaven sees assignment. While the world sees numbers, heaven sees purpose, and your purpose aligns perfectly with theirs. You have carried depth that required someone with spiritual sensitivity. They have carried softness that required someone with strength. You have carried wisdom shaped by storms. They have carried purity shaped by surrender. Together you form a balance heaven intentionally designed. You may have asked, why now? Why after so many closed doors? Why after such long waiting? Because timing matters. Chosen one, heaven cannot release what the heart is not ready to hold. And for years you weren't simply waiting, you were becoming healed, becoming anchored in who you truly are, and they were becoming ready to meet someone of your spiritual stature. Two journeys shaped separately, now finally converging into one divine intersection. This younger soul carries a lightness that restores joy you didn't realize you had lost. They bring a fresh wind into rooms of your heart that have been locked for years. Their presence doesn't make you feel older, it makes you feel alive. Their questions don't expose your wounds. They reveal how deeply they see you, and their admiration is not based on appearance. It is rooted in who you are when no one is watching. Chosen one, you must understand, heaven did not match you with someone younger to challenge your worth, but to confirm it, to show you that your spirit is timeless. Your calling is ageless, and your heart is still capable of receiving newness. Without fear, do not let the world's shallow metrics confuse you. This alignment was not designed by culture, it was orchestrated by God. And yes, this connection will shift every area of your life emotionally. You will feel safe in ways you haven't felt in years. Spiritually, you will feel awakened. Mentally, you will feel supported, and even financially, doors will begin to open, because divine partnership carries divine provision. Where unity exists, heaven releases resources. What is coming is not fragile, forced, or fleeting. It is steady, it is ordained, it is holy. You will know it by the peace that settles over you when they enter your life, the peace that whispers, this is the one I prepared for you. Your waiting was not punishment, it was protection. And now, at the appointed time, heaven is bringing you a love that is not late. It is right on schedule. When your heart is ready, simply say, I receive this alignment. Chosen one, as this sacred message comes to its close, let your spirit rest in the truth that heaven has already gone before you. You are not stepping into possibility. You are stepping into prophecy, fulfilled. The alignment God has prepared for you is unfolding, even now, with a precision that only divine hands could orchestrate. Chosen one, you stand in your kairos moment, in the exact timing heaven reserved for your elevation, your healing, and your divine partnership. May every fear fall away, may every doubt dissolve, may your heart open to the blessing that carries your name. The supernatural transfer has already begun in your spirit, in your relationships, in your future. Walk forward with reverence, with expectation, with gratitude for the love, clarity, and abundance that are on their way to you. Chosen one, remain faithful, stay aligned, keep your spirit soft and your faith lifted. If this word resonated with you, you may type I. Receive it as your declaration of agreement. Go in peace, go in purpose, and go in divine strength. Heaven is guiding every step you take, and your breakthrough is already unfolding.